Hey guys, COMPUTEROSIS here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play JD the Pre-Legacy. I don't know, I like doing these intros. Um, like I said, I'm COMPUTEROSIS, and we're going to be going for the Spider Cave, and I'm going to be honest with you, I do not like the Spider Cave. This was the only area where I wanted to get the least amount of power cells, but still be able to continue through the game. And then I realized that I had to do a lot more other stuff, and then I kind of quit. So I guess the biggest reveal is, yeah, I never finished this game, um, and I blame the Spider Cave for it. But I just hate it, and having to come back here and knowing the fact I'm doing a full 100% completion run here, that's not helping at all. That's not helping my case at all. But you know, let me just tell you about the Spider Cave. Uh, hey, when I was younger playing this, and when I got to here, I kept on dying a lot, and there were certain things I just didn't want to do. There's an area where you basically had to avoid a bunch of spiders, and of course I kept on dying. Looking back at it, it's actually kind of embarrassing. I really sucked. I really did. And I don't fare any better here, I guess. But luckily I did a lot of editing, or at least I took out some of the more pointless deaths, meaning where no progression happened. So that's basically what the editing's boiled down to. You're still going to see some deaths, but as long as there's some progression, like I got a precursor orb, got a power cell. Okay, I got precursor orbs. Well, mainly that, because power cells you autosave. Duh. But when it came to the precursor orbs, if I do it on camera, then it's permanently there. Which I gotta say, two more spoilers on this. One, even if you're playing Spider Cave for the first time, you're not gonna collect everything. Or at least if you're going to go there before you activate the yellow eco orb thing, because you're gonna need it for more sections than you need to in order to fully be able to get all the precursor orbs. Just had to throw that out there. And then the second spoiler was the fact that the original recording of this actually took an hour, like over an hour. This should have taken less than an hour, because each area takes basically less than an hour to complete. Unless it's literally you're playing it for the first time. But even then, it should take no more than an hour or so. Like minus some of the deaths where you didn't really collect any precursor orbs. I'm not gonna say power cells because it's autosave. Duh. I'm gonna be repeating myself for this entire thing. And I thought I was gonna be repeating, I hate the Spider Cave, hate it. And then of course 20 minutes later, I hate the Spider Cave. But nope, I'm repeating the fact that I kept progression in. Where if I got a precursor orb, that was kept in. If nothing progressed at all, I mean literally no progression, then I just edit out. But like I said, even if it's your first time playing this, each section will take less than an hour. Maybe even less than 30 minutes. Like 15 minutes. That's basically like the standard YouTube limit right now. Unless they decide to raise it randomly to about, I don't know, 22 to 24 minutes. Like, that's the new YouTube limit, everybody. So if you just get channel and you're gonna upload videos, guess what? You can upload them the same amount of minutes as a regular TV show, minus commercials. So I was about to say My Little Pony Fingers Magic, because almost each episode was about 24 minutes. And then I was gonna say, oh, like Adventure Time, if you just put 2 episodes together. There. Haha, there you go. But there is something that I kind of want to talk about in this video, and it does relate to this video in particular. This was the most frustrating video so far out of all the videos I've actually tried to edit for this particular Let's Play. Although I did question if this is considered a walkthrough, but then I realized how much there's little pointlessness. I mean, literally, I'm literally doing long range shooting for this for the COMPUTEROSIS, which will give you a power cell if you kill them all. Well, I'm literally doing it from far away, even though there are different places, different angles to shoot at, easier places. But I decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna shoot from right here. I'm probably gonna hit them, probably not. You'll know if you hit them all because it'll show a little cinematic where the power cell will come from the last spider you killed off, and then you just collect it there. Boom, there you go. And then of course each setup here has close to about between 1 and 5 precursor orbs after you kill them off. So yeah, if you're gonna collect all the precursor orbs, you're gonna have to kill them. It shouldn't be that surprising to you. And I just realized I missed that one, and luckily it's very close. So now go shoot off. I don't even know how awkward this is, because I mentioned this before, like all the way back to like the first couple episodes, where the recording's off on a tangent. That's just one of the things that's going to happen. So I end up talking about the level. I end up talking about something that's unrelated to the level. I've made a joke saying how you could just mute out my voice and just watch the video, like as if it's some sort of walkthrough. But then you get pretty tired, like, okay, when is it going to progress any further? You're kind of not helping. And then, yeah, I did progress. Yes, see, I got some stuff. But anyway, back to the editing of this video. Because there were a couple of sections where I did do a bunch of pointless deaths, and I edited them out because they didn't really yield any actual results. And by actual results, because I need to be more specific to those of you who have decided to just pop into this video in particular and decide not to go back to the other ones. What I mean by this is the fact that that if I die but I end up in a different section, I'm going to show that particular death. That's going to be it. And that, and that little small fall chasm there, just to go a little bit off the tangent. Yeah, that's going to happen again. But anyway, so if I die and I end up respawning in the same area and nothing progressed at all, then that would be considered a pointless death. If I die but I end up in a different section, even though it's a pointless death, I have to put that in there mostly for consistency, because I kind of do not want to do the fade-in things, because it will seem like as if I'm sort of doing a cop-out. Actually, not so much of a cop-out per se. I kind of want to make it seem like as if, okay, it's just like how you would normally play it, and you just get right back up and you go further. There's not to be like, okay, time to cut further into there where I'm somewhere else, because I'm trying to keep it more, because I'm trying to keep the endings like natural, organic, where if you die, you're gonna end up spawning in that area, to continue forward to where it is you were going before. And this became a little bit tricky, because like I said, this was recorded over an hour. And there was like a last session, like the last 5 minutes. Well, not so much 5 minutes, but it was like close to 5 minutes. It's literally me doing something that you cannot do at this point. At this point in the game, like where I am right now, I could not do that. And I literally had to cut off from there. And usually I would try to cut off to where I'm gonna go previously, full continuation. I just couldn't do that because I was recording it. This was all being recorded on the same day, and what sucked about it was I kind of realized another thing that I hate about the Spider Cave was the fact that I literally had to go back to I really had to retrace my really had to do some backtracking, which to me looking back it was minor backtracking. But considering how much, adding on to the fact that this was not really my favorite place to go through, that kind of made it worse. So as I'm editing this, I'm getting to the part where I'm actually just dreading the editing part. And I'm editing it, and what's weird about Showbiz is the fact that sure you can do audio commentary, and sure the video that will be playing, you can't hear the audio. The audio, and the audio might go into a tangent, and to the point where by the time you feel as if the audio has ended, or at least I'm like, this is COMPUTEROSIS, or else see you in the next episode. But no, it will cut to this is COMPUTEROSIS, or you won't even like this is, and then it will just cut off from there. I wouldn't know until afterwards. The words, which that bugs me to no end. But I digress. Yes, the hardest thing about this, because I'm really gonna focus on what it is right here, while you see the power soul that I just got. Woo! That was cool. Well, that'll be the second power soul in this area. I forgot how many power souls are in this area. There, but anyway, the hardest thing was the fact that when you do audio recording, if you're going to have different sections in it, you can only do audio recordings for that particular section. You can't do one long section where like, okay, I'll record all those sections in. No. With the Showbiz, with the Arc Star Showbiz that I have, and I don't know if it transitions to any of the other Showbiz ones that actually cost money, or leads into the total media studio, in which is basically the main ArcSoft program that I call it the main ArcSoft program, because this is almost like like the total media's son. Yeah, son or something. Not all the features, but decent enough so that way you at least survive them. Unless you want the full package, then you go straight to the MILF, I guess the cougar. Anyway, so in order to make sure that everything that I edit gets one continuous audio recording, I literally have to export export all out so it becomes one gigantic file, bring it back into Showbiz, put it onto the storyboard track thingy that's there, and then you get to record the audio thing. But this is the weird thing that kept on happening, because usually I was recording it from the right audio thing. Oh, and that scout fire right there, got lucky on there. Didn't know it was there. I honestly didn't know it was there. And now I know it's there. Woo! Progress. Anyway, and of course the thing only takes certain audios. It can export to different audios, but the audios that it does take are different than the ones you export. Let me just give you the best example. Windows Media Player. The Windows Media Windows movie video audio, the movie codecs of Windows itself. That's usually used for the Windows Movie Maker. Because that's usually the file that gets exported from there. Showbiz can do that too. You can export basically a Windows movie video file, but you can't import it, because it will say that the video is indexed, and it does not support. And I'm not making that up. But there are other files that it does take, and just today, at least the day in which I'm recording this audio, which is the same day that they basically did an ultimate fangasm for the Kingdom Hearts 3 teaser trailer. Yeah. Which I would be so happy to go into detail, but anyway, back to what I'm saying about this audio thing. Don't worry, I'll talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 if I want to later. The thing is, I usually try to export in an AVI file because one, it actually exports a lot quicker than the Windows movie file, or at least from Showbiz standards, it exports faster. I actually did some clocking on there. And also, Showbiz takes AVI files. So that's pretty cool. And I sort of got lucky on that one. And I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think I would die right there and then end up where I was initially going. Usually you end up like back of space and you have to do it all over again. But yeah, that was actually kind of different. So interesting. See. But anyway. So of course I'm exporting this entire edited file, into AVI. It took a decent amount of time. It took longer than I expected because apparently there was something going on with my computer that was causing it to go slow. So it ended up taking way longer than it needed to. I even posted a tweet on that. Yeah, I'm on Twitter. That's close as you get to a Twitter reference. There you go. And so once it got done, I'm like, okay, finally, I can now import it back, start the audio recording, and be done with the video. So I start the recording of it, I tried to import it, and it kept on saying that the file is corrupt and it can't export. So I'm like, what? This was the right file? Are you serious? Oh yeah, by the way, this is the area where there are two boxes that literally you need the yellow eco to go and blow them up. I'm gonna actually go and just that way the last bit of episodes or last bit of party episode actually makes sense. The reason why I kept it. I do end up blowing up one of the closer boxes because there's two, and there's one I do pull off on actually legitimately opening thing. So there's that. But anyway, back to the file being corrupted for some reason. Like, wait, what? So I'm like, okay. And of course, usually when something goes wrong like that, I sometimes forget some of the things that I learned from using Hearthstone Showbiz. One thing is to never try to export Windows movie file and try to import it back, because the Windows movie file, yeah, that took over a day to do that. Like the AVI file. Sure, it took long, but it was okay. The Windows movie file, no, it was chugging, like literally. I left my computer alone for about 5 hours because I had to go somewhere. And I come back 5 hours later, and only about 7-8% literally got exported. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I was getting really stressed out on that. Only to find out that I shouldn't have done that because it doesn't work. So now I'm like, okay, AVI file, it's corrupted, which is weird because the last episode I exported through because I basically had to combine two videos at once. Because it froze and I had to stop it. And I had to stop recording, restart the game, go right to the point where I left off, like the exact point, kind of, or at least the best of my memory at the time, because I didn't feel like rewatching the episodes. It was just too much on that. And quite literally, literally had to combine them both together, export them from AVI, and it went just fine. So I'm like, okay, just do, okay, I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm exporting it through the right amount of things, trying to keep it HD with the same amount of bit rates as when I previously recorded, or, you know, no big deal. But for some reason, this single file was just getting corrupted every time, and it really pissed the fuck out of me. Like, why was it doing that? Literally, just why? So then I'm like, okay, what other files have I not exported? Because the showbiz that I have, there are only 6 files. There's AVI, MPEG-1, MPEG-2, this one file that starts with an O. It's not OGG. It's not the weird audio OGG file. No, it was a weird video file that started with an O. And I never used it at all. And then right after that is the Windows file. So I'm like, okay. So what's the original file name for when I recorded through the HD PVR? Oh, it's the M2TS. Okay, that's not a file. That's not an export file from Showbiz. Okay, that's not gonna help. So I just literally went on a gamble because I was running out of time. I wanted to make sure this video got uploaded somewhat on time. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. If it's Thursday, then, you know, it didn't quite work out as well because I probably ran into another situation. Probably with trying to get my channel a Google Plus account. Not about, which that's a whole other story in of itself. Which, if there's time, I'll talk about it. But I'm too busy gushing over Kingdom Hearts 3. So I'm like, okay, MPEG 1, going on a gamble. Hope it exports. And I go back and import it back to Showbiz. So of course I exported. The time it takes, it was fairly okay. Okay. Not as fast as the. Okay, I kind of just made a mistake right there. Kind of just rolled the wrong way. I kept that in there because I was kind of lazy and only focusing on the pointless, or at least the ones that would be time pointless. No, whatever. I kept it in. And I'm trying to rethink. So anyway, reported for MPEG 1. It's not as fast as like trying to export free AVI through Archetype Showbiz is. But it was faster than Windows Movie Maker by far. It was faster than Windows Movie Maker. So there's that. So I'm glad on that. I am so glad on that. And of course I'm like, okay, please export, or at least please import, and it imported. And I was so happy that it imported. Like really, really happy. Love it. I love it. I felt it was a really good feeling. Really. So now I'm like, okay, now to do the audio recordings, because what I'm now doing is I'm not going to export through Showbiz after I do the audio recordings. Like from season 3 onward, which there's only going to be one more season because there's only a few major sections left before the end game. Because by then we should have all of the precursor orbs, all of the power cells before the final boss. I'm pretty sure on that. I don't know. I don't have the strategy guide for Dragon Daxter. I know it exists. I'm pretty sure someone did a scan PDF thingy that I could probably find through a file sharing site if I really wanted to look it up, but I kind of want to I kind of want to on that. And so yeah, if it's uploaded on Wednesday, then So anyway, like I said, if it's uploaded Wednesday, if in the thing is said published on Wednesday, then woo, I'm in the clear, kind of. Because if I'm in the clear for Wednesday, then hopefully there should be another episode on Thursday. Because right after I get done recording on this, and I actually start exporting this, because like I said, I'm not exporting through Showbiz when I get the audio recordings. I'm actually exporting through Windows Movie Maker. Now, I've mentioned in the past how Windows Movie Maker wasn't working on me because I got it to work again, but only if I log in as a different user. Because I have background programs running in the background that caused a lot of I guess it caused a lot of megabytes to be used. It wasn't RAM per se. It was the actual megabytes used, because you need a certain amount. Of running megabytes, right, or at least the megabytes used to hold like system programs. I'm totally forgot what it's called. I'm totally drawing a blank here. I'm just glad I'm doing audio recording. That's like the main thing. Well, that in Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm never gonna sharp about that. Never. It was just too damn well, except for what I learned later for more information. But like I said, so man, that. So anyway, for Windows Movie Maker, that's where I'm actually doing the audio edits, which is basically pretty simple, because there's literally a thing in Windows Movie Maker that's not in Showbiz, that despite the fact that Showbiz is it's much more detailed when it comes to like audio fixations, and I'm using that for the Kingdom Hearts comparison thing. That's where I'm doing the audio thing, making sure that the audio from whatever song I have in the background, which I'm trying to keep it Kingdom Hearts related, but I might just end up just throwing in a random song in there and be like, sure, it's not Kingdom Hearts or even Square Enix or Disney related, but at least it keeps my voice from, I don't know, sounding kind of boring, because I'm reading from a script instead of improvising my way through.